You know that person at the gym who's there every single day. Rain, shine, holiday, doesn't matter. If the gym closes for a day, they pace around like a caged animal. If you are that person or you've watched that person with a mix of admiration and concern, congrats, you're about to feel deeply seen. Because here's the thing, what looks like discipline on the outside might be something completely different on the inside. Society calls it dedication. Psychology calls it addiction. Here's how it works. You show up, you lift, you feel that burn, that pump, that post-workout high, your brain releases dopamine. You feel accomplished, so you come back tomorrow. And the next day, and the next. It's like if Pavlov's dog was jacked and had a gym membership. But here's where it gets tricky. Over time, your brain starts needing that hit, not wanting it needing it. The gym stops being the place you go to feel good and starts being the only place you feel normal. Miss a day? Anxiety, guilt, restlessness. Psychologists call this behavioral reinforcement, the same mechanism behind gambling or scrolling TikTok at 2 a.m. And that's when healthy habit starts inching toward I might have a problem. Let's be real, life is a mess. Your job's unpredictable, your relationships are complicated. But the gym makes sense. 5 sets of 5 progressive overload. Everything's measurable, everything's controllable. It's like playing a video game where you actually get to see the stats go up. For people who feel like everything else is out of control, that structure is intoxicating. You can't control your boss, but you can control your deadlift. The gym becomes this tiny kingdom where you're in charge. Psychologists call this an illusion of control, the brain's way of coping with uncertainty. But ask yourself, are you going to the gym because it makes you feel strong, or because everything else makes you feel weak? Here's another layer. Being a gym rat isn't just about fitness, it's about who you are. You're not just someone who works out, you're a lifter, an athlete, a grinder. You've got the gear, the shaker bottle, the wrist wraps. You're part of the tribe, and that belonging, that's powerful. The gym community gives you connection without vulnerability. You don't have to talk about your feelings. You just have to show up and lift. When gym person becomes your primary identity, skipping a workout doesn't just feel like missing exercise, it feels like losing yourself. Which is why some people would rather tear a muscle than take a rest day. Let's talk about what happens when you do skip. Maybe you're sick, maybe you're traveling, and immediately the guilt floods in. You're lazy, you're weak, you're falling off. It's like your brain hired a drill sergeant who never clocks out. Now the gym isn't just a positive habit, it's a shield against shame. You're not working out to feel good, you're working out to not feel bad. In psychology, this is called negative reinforcement. You're not chasing a reward, you're avoiding punishment. And here's the kicker, that doesn't feel like freedom. That feels like a cage with dumbbells in it. So here's where we get uncomfortable. When the gym stops being something you do and starts being the only thing you are, the cracks show. You skip social events, you train through injuries. You feel anxious on rest days. Ask yourself, does the gym fill you up? Or does it just keep you from falling apart? Because there's a difference between strength and survival mode. Here's what I want you to hear. You're not broken. The gym gave you something real: structure, progress, community. That's not fake. But if it's also become the only thing holding you together, that's worth looking at. Not with shame, just with honesty. Maybe the goal isn't to stop going to the gym. Maybe it's to stop needing it like oxygen. Maybe it's learning that you can miss a day and still be the same person. Drop a comment. Which part hit hardest? The control, the identity, the shame spiral? I'm curious.